Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Hey, we are truly into the holiday season. I mean, we just had Thanksgiving, and now the holiday season is here, right? So no matter what you celebrate, you might be wondering, what list should I give to my loved ones, no matter who it is? I need to give them some ideas. Maybe I can just send them this video link, or even just write out some different ideas of whiskeys that I'm into. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you today 8 different whiskeys that you should add to your holiday wish list. Plus, you guys know me. You know the way I rock and roll. Of course, I'm always going to have a nice little asterisk at the end as well. Cool? So I'm going to be very consistent. So we're going to go ahead and go through these 8. It's a variety of different whiskeys. Nothing too crazy. There's no Pappies or BTACs. These are whiskeys I think for the most part you can give to your, like, the list to your loved one and say, hey, just give me a couple of these. And more than likely, they can probably find at least a couple, like 2 or 3, without a ton of hunting. Just maybe going to a couple stores, but they should be able to get at least 2 or 3 of these. And all of these, all 8 plus the asterisk, are absolutely fantastic. Cool? All right. Last thing I will say is that a lot of people reach out to me and say, hey, Judge, I love your little mini Glenns. They're great, like some of my patrons as well. But a lot of other people are wondering, how can they get them? Because I give them a lot to my patrons, of course. But a lot of other people, like subscribers, like, hey, Judge, how can I get these glasses? So they're a set of these are for $36, which doesn't include shipping to the continental United States. So if you're interested, just reach out to me on my website, thebourbonjudge.com, and we'll coordinate details. Cool? All right. I need some whiskey before we get into this lovely list. All right. So none of these are not in order in terms of preference. These are just straight 8 different items. All right. Number 1, because I'm wearing the scarf, we might as well make it somewhat holiday traditionist, if you will, and keep it consistent. Maker's Mark, but I'm going to go with Maker's Mark, the newest release, the BRT02. So this one is actually last year's. This is the FAE02. I have not found the BRT02, but I did have a chance to review it because one of my patrons, my good friend Chris Bruno, sent me both the BRT01 and 02. So I had a chance to review it. I loved it. I haven't found, though, BRT02 actually in the store near me as of yet. So as soon as I get it, well, hopefully, as soon as I can find it, or I can at least tell Mrs. Judge, hopefully she can find it for me, and that'll be on my holiday list as well. So again, this is FAE02, but very similar in terms of, like, the standard Maker's bottle and everything, but it will be the BRT02. So that's the one I would say definitely add to your list. When I review them both side by side, I liked 01, but I loved 02. So again, cheers to my buddy Chris Bruno. Thanks, man, for the sample. All right, that's the first one. And also, these are like very affordable. I'm talking like $75, maybe $80-ish. Very affordable. Sometimes even a little bit less, about $70. So really affordable. All right, that's the first one on the list. Coming in the number 2 spot. Oh, man, they make a lot of good products, and I love, but this is probably one of my favorite of all of them. I have to go with Lucky 7. And oddly enough, the holiday toast. So it kind of fits from a time of year, right? This is, I think, either my 2nd or 3rd bottle of the holiday toast. I just got this one recently. Absolutely amazing. Coming in at 115 proof. This double oaked whiskey coming from Lucky 7. So Lucky 7, they source their whiskey, but I think they do a fantastic job of not only sourcing it, but then making it better on the back end. So this one here is a double oak bourbon. Comes in like at 115 proof, and from a price standpoint, only about $75. They make, let's see, they have the Frenchman, which is finished in the French oak staves. They have the Lucky 7, the proprietor, so aged 14-year cask strength. That is, mwah. Woo! If you've been a good boy or a good girl, you may want to add that one to your list as well. But as a great, reasonably priced whiskey, this $75 option is absolutely one of the best double oak bourbons on the market, hands down. All right, on to number 3. This is what I'm actually sipping on in my glass, and it's absolutely, oh gosh, it's so good. So love the team up at Penelope Bourbon, but not just any Penelope. I would go with the Penelope, the Architect series. So this is obviously the Architect series is finished in French oak staves. This is actually number 1. They just came out with number 3 as well. Well, number 2, then number 3. Any of the different Penelope Architect series, 1, 2, or 3, I think are flat out amazing. I also had a chance to try this again from one of my patrons, my buddy Chris Bruno. He gave me a sample of it, and it is absolutely amazing. Number 3, that is. 1 obviously was, because I'm almost done with number 1, and I've added number 3 to my holiday list as well. So hopefully Mrs. Judge, if she's listening, will get me number 3. Only if I'm a good boy. We shall see. She might disagree. All right, coming in the number 4 spot. Oh, man. So just came out, a little bit more on the pricey side, and I actually needed to review this on the channel. I will say, so far, things are looking pretty good. It tastes pretty darn special. A little bit more pricey. And I should say, by the way, the Architect series is like another $65 bottle also. So very affordable, these first 3. Now we're going to go up in price a little bit with the 4th option. But it comes from a distillery that does a fantastic job of blending whiskey. Coming in at about $140 plus tax, $150-ish. But they're always typically worth it. Bardstown Discovery Series number 9. Oh, Disco 9. I just cracked this open the other night. I got to review it on the channel. It's just so sweet and savory. It's a special bottle. It's a special bottle. So I'll review it very soon so you guys can get the full lineup. But it is absolutely amazing. And I mean amazing. All right. Before I get into the last 4 and the asterisk, 3 quick, easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Let me know what's on your holiday list that you're hoping your loved ones get from you if it's not on my list. And last but not least, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell so you get notification so that each and every time I release new content, you get the heads up. Cool? All right. Coming in the number 5 spot. So we talked about a lot of bourbon so far. Let's talk about our rye. Now, I had this at a buddy of mine's house. Luckily I have a lot of friends in this area that are huge whiskey fans, ladies and men. One of my buddies, he's already cracked this open. So I didn't crack it open at my house, but we cracked it open at his house, and I will be cracking mine open soon. Fantastic. This literally just came out like across the US, and when I say literally, I mean literally. A rye coming in at 100 proof from a fantastic distillery, Nearest Rye. Folks, that is absolutely an amazing bottle. At 50, I think, yeah, because I bought this for $56. When I tried it at my buddy's house, I was like, yeah, this is a no-brainer at $56. Am I going to buy this bottle? Absolutely amazing. This is, I think, like the 3rd release of their products that you'll actually see now, in addition to the 1884 and then also the 1856. Now you'll have the Nearest Rye, which is like a new staple that you'll see on shelves coming very soon. And again, I found it myself in Maryland at less than $60, $57, I think it was. Fantastic whiskey, my friends. Absolutely amazing. All right. Oh, that Penelope is so good. All right. Let's move on. Number 6. All right, so number 6, I'm going to give some love to a California-based distillery. For the first time, I actually tried this product. Also came from one of my patrons. So I have to give a huge shout out to all my patrons. Thank you for all the love and support. My buddy David Cooper was the one that put me onto this. So this is the Grizzly Beast bottled in bond, 100 proof, obviously bottled in bond. This whiskey, absolutely flat out amazing. When David sent me a sample of this, I was like, okay, this is great. This is a no-brainer. I'm going to grab this bottle whenever I see it. And luckily, not too soon after, I found it locally. So, again, shout out to my buddy David Cooper. I appreciate you, man. Such a cool guy. And this bottle, and honestly, I was on the fence about just, not so much Redwood Empire as a whole, but about the Grizzly Beast. I just wasn't sure. And again, I had a chance to sample it, and it's legit. Literally, very legit. All right. 6 down, 2 to go, my friends. Yes. Oh, and we have the asterisk. All right. It's coming in the number 7 spot. Oh, I should say, by the way, the price. So the price of this one is, I think I got this for like $78. So just a couple dollars shy of $80. So still very reasonable. Not like super expensive. Very reasonable. All right. Coming in the number 7 spot. Man, you want to talk about I think one of the best whiskey brands that does a fantastic job of taking MGP whiskey and making it their own, right? A lot of companies can make it really good, but they make it their own. And I've never had a bad version of this brand. Coming in the 7th spot, and I would say any of their versions can be added to your list, by the way. This is Nulu. This is the apple brandy finish. This is absolutely amazing. But I will say the apple brandy is delicious. The double oaked is delicious. The honey is delicious, and the list goes on and on and on. So just tell your loved one, when you see Nulu, that equals yes. Literally, yes. Unless you don't like certain types of, like, you know, finished bourbons, like an apple brandy. But if you like a double oaked, or even like just a standard toasted bourbon, 2 kisses for Nulu every day, all day. All right. Coming in number, the 8th spot, before we get to the asterisk, I would say the 8th spot is one of my favorite distilleries that is on the smaller scale. They're not a craft distillery, but they are smaller when you think in comparison to like a Old Forester, a Buffalo Trace, or a Heaven Hill. They're not on that level, but they are a Kentucky-based distillery, and I think they are doing the best when it comes to a smaller distillery. Very hands-on. I love all their whiskeys. This is a single barrel whiskey, I will say, but even though it's a single barrel that I got at the distillery, even their small batch cast strength that you can find across the US for about $75-$80, absolutely amazing. This is Peerless. Peerless is absolutely the truth. Corky and team over there, Peerless, Corky the owner at Peerless, the entire team, I love everything that Peerless is doing. I love the, you know, like the smaller distillery kind of approach. Very much they do everything hands-on themselves. I'm awesome. And I think their whiskey is absolutely fantastic. I have a ton of Peerless bottles, from bourbon to the ryes, and they're always amazing. So if you love great whiskey, you will love Peerless. So definitely give them a try if you haven't tried thus far. All right, last sip before we get to the asterisk. Whew, delicious. The asterisk. So Judge, what's the asterisk? You went through your 8. What's the asterisk and why? The asterisk is near and dear to my heart. It's one that, well, I can tell you exactly where to get it because I know where you can find it. Not a lot of bottles left, but it's absolutely amazing. I call it the bee's knees because it tastes like nothing but honey and caramel combined. This is my first ever barrel pick that I did on my own for the channel. Absolutely loved it. So the Woodinville Bourbon Judge barrel pick, still available over at Keg and Bottle. I'll put the link in this episode. Absolutely amazing. This is actually my 3rd bottle of it because I've loved it so much, and I have a couple more that hopefully Mrs. Judge, I think she did get for me for my holiday list. But absolutely fantastic, folks. Love, love, love this pick. Hey friends, until the next time, peace, cheers, salute. Happy holidays everyone out there. Take care.